to ASEAN Challenge. Into ASEAN calendar, lots of interesting events coming up, special days. The International Workers' Day is celebrated all around the world.
May Day
Exactly
ครับในช่วงนี้ครับช่วงปฏิทินอาเซียนนะครับไปดูกันเลยครับมีกิจกรรมมีวันอะไรสำคัญบ้างหนึ่งในนั้นแน่นอนเป็นวันแรงงานครับ
Let's check it out. International Workers' Day. International Workers' Day, also known as Labor Day in some places, is a celebration of laborers and the working classes that is promoted by the international labor movement, anarchists, socialists, and communists, and occurs every year on May Day, the 1st of May, an ancient European spring holiday. The date was chosen for International Workers' Day by the Second International to commemorate the Haymarket Affair, which occurred in Chicago on the 4th of May, 1886. This day has its origins in the labor union movement, specifically the 8-hour day movement, which advocated 8 hours for work, 8 hours for recreation, and 8 hours for rest. Being a traditional European spring celebration, May Day is a national public holiday in many countries, but in only some of those countries is it celebrated specifically as Labor Day or International Workers' Day. Some countries celebrate a Labor Day on other dates significant to them, such as the United States, which celebrates Labor Day on the first Monday of September. Beginning in the late 19th century, as the trade union and labor movements grew, a variety of days were chosen by trade unionists as a day to celebrate labor. In the United States and Canada, a September holiday called Labor or Labor Day was first proposed in the 1880s. In 1882, Matthew Maguire, a machinist, first proposed a Labor Day holiday while serving as secretary of the Central Labor Union of New York. Others argue that it was first proposed by Peter J. Maguire of the American Federation of Labor in May 1882, after witnessing the annual Labor Festival held in Toronto, Canada. In 1887, Oregon was the first state of the United States to make it an official public holiday. By the time it became an official federal holiday in 1894, 30 U.S. states officially celebrated Labor Day. Thus, by 1887, in North America, Labor Day was an established official holiday, but in September, not in May 1st. May 1st was chosen to be International Workers' Day in order to commemorate the 4th of May, 1886 Haymarket Affair in Chicago. The police were trying to disperse a public assembly during a general strike for the 8-hour workday, when an unidentified person threw a bomb at the police. The police responded by firing on the workers, killing 4 demonstrators. In 1887, a meeting in Paris was held by the First Congress of the Second International, following a proposal by Raymond Levine, which called for international demonstrations on the 1890 anniversary of the Chicago protests. May Day was formally recognized as an annual event at the International's Second Congress in 1891. Subsequently, the May Day riots of 1894 occurred. In 1904, the International Socialist Conference meeting in Amsterdam called on all Social Democratic Party organizations and trade unions of all countries to demonstrate energetically on the 1st of May for the legal establishment of the 8-hour day, for the class demands of the proletariat, and for universal peace. The Congress made it mandatory upon the proletarian organizations of all countries to stop work on May 1st, whenever it's possible without injury to the workers. Across the globe, labor activists sought to make May Day an official holiday to honor labor, and many countries have done so. A May 1st rally in Bucharest in 1967. May Day has long been a focal point for demonstrations by various socialist, communist, and anarchist groups. May Day has been an important official holiday in countries such as the People's Republic of China, North Korea, Cuba, and the former Soviet Union. May Day celebrates typically feature elaborate, popular, and military parades in these countries. In 1955, the Catholic Church dedicated the 1st of May to Saint Joseph the Worker. Saint Joseph is for the Church the patron saint of workers and craftsmen, among others. During the Cold War, May Day became the occasion for large military parades in Red Square by the Soviet Union and attended by the top leaders of the Kremlin, especially the Politburo, atop Lenin's tomb. It became an enduring symbol of that time. Ascension Day. Ascension Day is the 40th day of Easter. It occurs 39 days after Easter Sunday. It's a Christian holiday that commemorates Jesus Christ's ascension into heaven according to Christian belief. Ascension Day is one of the earliest Christian festivals dating back to the year 68. According to the New Testament in the Bible, Jesus Christ met several times with his disciples during the 40 days after his resurrection to instruct them on how to carry out his teachings. It's believed that on the 40th day, he took them to the Mount of Olives, where they watched as he ascended to heaven. Ascension Day marks the end of the Easter season and occurs 10 days before Pentecost. Depending upon the phases of the moon in a particular year, Ascension Day is celebrated on a Thursday. However, some churches, particularly in the United States, celebrate it on the following Sunday. Many Eastern Orthodox churches calculate the date of Pascha, or Easter, according to the Julian calendar, rather than the Gregorian calendar used by many Western churches, so their Ascension Day usually occurs after the Western observance. And there you go, very important days celebrated and revered all around the world. That's how we take another short break. Coming up next, ASEAN interview ahead. Stay tuned.